Over the last 2-3 years, it's been really bad, really bad. I talked to Border Patrol and they said nothing they can do because they were going to Canada, so they couldn't do anything about it.
And we're literally right on the border, right at the end of this field is the border.
So this is where they would get stuck, is right in here, because they would try to cross.
Do you think it was child trafficking?
I
Possibly.
mean, possibly. There was three car seats in the way back where they store stuff, and then there was one in between the driver, and so it looked like a man and a woman with maybe a bunch of children, like young children, but I don't know.
You're dealing with pretty organized people here, and it's better off just if you just stay out of it.
I'm Lavoie, and this is my second report in a series on border investigations. Follow me and my colleague Lincoln J at guardtheborder.com, where you can also support our work. Swanton, a small town in Vermont, located just 11 kilometers south of the Canadian border, has become a focal point in the border crisis. We came here because this town made headlines recently when U.S. Border Patrol reported a staggering 19,300 apprehensions of illegal immigrants in the past fiscal year. A shocking jump from just over 1,000 apprehensions 2 years ago. According to Border Patrol, the apprehended individuals came from 97 countries thanks to Trudeau's fallen immigration system. If people are crossing here into the US from Canada, it's almost certain they are also crossing the opposite way. In this report, we will show you just how absurdly easy it is to cross over with minimal resources guarding this vast area. And with Donald Trump's renewed promises of mass deportations, this region could very well become the next major illegal highway. After we completed filming this report, Donald Trump unexpectedly announced that Canada must strengthen its effort to control drug smuggling and illegal border crossings, or it will impose a 25% tariff on all goods entering the United States. We also spoke with local residents living right along this border, and they had plenty to share about what they are seeing firsthand. Alan, you have a farm, and I want you to explain to us, what did you experience with the illegal crossing?
Well, I mean, it's every day it could be 1, 2, 3 to 7 we've seen cross the border. And I mean, I got a little girl here, and I just, I don't like it. I mean, I've had vehicles that I have to pull out of my cornfield. I've had trash throughout the woods, everything like that. It's just, it's crazy the amount of people that, not just myself or my wife or friends I've seen, it's just everybody. It's crazy. My wife has an out-of-state plate, and we were turning around, and 2 illegals came up and tried to get in the vehicle with us because it was a out-of-state plate, and that's what they're looking for. So I mean, that was terrifying right there. I mean, I've lived up here most of my adult life, and I've never seen anything like this. Over the last 2-3 years, it's been really bad, really bad. Before that, I mean, you'd have 1 or 2 here and there, but now it's just like, it's parties of 7, 8 sometimes, you know. Sometimes it's 3 or 4, but it's been really bad the last couple of years. Everybody calls them Mexicans because, I mean, that's been the norm, but it could be multiple nationalities. I don't know. I don't talk to them really, so.
Mainly men?
Mainly men, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, mainly men. I don't recall ever really seeing a female. They tried to go north sometimes, and I don't know who they are, but they just leave their vehicle stuck. They're stuck in my field, and I have to take the time to get them pulled out of there. And they damaged a lot of my corn. Actually, I think I've had 4 or 5 vans that I've pulled out, and 1 U-Haul truck that I've pulled out of my cornfield. There was clothes. There was a couple car seats in one. There was just all kinds of stuff. I mean, they just left everything. I talked to Border Patrol, and they said nothing they can do because they were going to Canada, so they couldn't do anything about it. And then you call the cops, and they're like, well, there's really nothing we can do. So I pull them out and I get rid of them.
Is it something that concerns you when we know that the cartel are at the northern border, just right there?
Oh, very much so. Very much so. I mean, it's not just my kid. It's all, I mean, my cousin lives next door. My uncle lives down the road. You know, it's not just me or my family. I know 2 people just moved in not that long ago, just up the road here, and they have 2 little girls. You know, it's the safety. It's not just for the kids, it's for everybody around.
Donald J. Trump is officially the next president of the United States of America, while millions of Americans are rejoicing in the victory. Thousands of others are still concerned about their savings. The unfortunate truth is we still have $35 trillion in debt. The interest on that debt is now larger than our entire defense budget for the first time in history. Plus, the wars that started under Biden are still raging across the globe. What can you do to help protect your savings? Many Americans are already taking action by reaching out to the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco. Right now, Goldco is offering a free gold and silver kit to show you how precious metals like gold and silver could help you diversify your savings before it's too late. Visit rebelnewsforgold.com to get your copy free of charge. Plus, you could receive up to a 10% instant match on bonus silver for qualified accounts. Visit rebelnewsforgold.com to get your copy free of charge. Plus, you could receive up to 10% instant match on bonus silver for qualified accounts. Visit rebelnewsforgold.com. That's rebelnewsforgold.com. The main problem that you have now, they are crossing in your side, but they arrive by airport.
That's what astounds me is how do they get to Canada to cross the border into the U.S.? That's what I'm really confused about. I mean, I'd like to see something change that way where it's harder to get into Canada so they can't essentially just cross the border into the U.S. The first vans, they came right down this side right here, and then they cut right in front of this deer stand here, and then they tried to follow this field edge. And I believe one van actually did make it across the border.
Wow.
Because there's actually a house right up here. And they crossed right on his lawn and then drove right onto the road and took off. But right here is where they get stuck.
Yeah, there's a big wet hole right here.
Oh, there's a house.
So there's this big...
Is it an American house or Canadian?
No, that's a Canadian house.
this
Canadian house.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, we're literally right on the border. Right at the end of this field is the border.
So this is where they would get stuck, is right in here. Because they would try to cross.
He made it up to here, and Jesus, there was, 3 car seats in the way back. There was a bunch of children's clothes all over in it.
Yep.
And,
Do you think it was child trafficking?
I mean,
Possibly.
There was 3 car seats in the way back where they store stuff, and then there was one in between the driver, and so it looked like a man and a woman with maybe a bunch of children, like young children, but I don't know.
So they drove with the children in
In the
cube.
U-Haul, in the U-Haul. Yeah, it looked like it. There was a bunch of clothes with car seats all over. I mean, I don't know why you would need more.
Because the first vans, there's 2 of them, 3 of them stuck, and every single one of them had a car seat or 2 in them.
Yeah.
And they were entering
That
in
way.
Canada.
Yep.
Canada.
All there is on the borderline is the granite pillars.
Oh, right,
That's
right,
all
right,
that's
right.
there.
Yeah.
But most of the place, they have no fence,
There's
no
nothing.
concrete,
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. It's just
It's just like a continuation of the woods and the farmland. There's nothing
we need to stop them from
getting into Canada.
getting
in the
into
first
Canada
place.
too.
Exactly.
That's a big thing, really.
For here.
First of all,
Not
we need to
just- not-
change
yeah.
maybe the person in charge.
Yeah.
Not just for the U.S. I mean, but for Canadian residents. I know you guys don't want that stuff.
Is it something that concerns you? Because one of the promise of Donald Trump is to deport massively. That means they would not go back to Mexico. They would probably go north.
It's going to be hard because there's just so many that are here, and the border here, it's just a mowed patch of grass. It's nothing. It's easy to cross, So all they would have to do is head north and then hold out and then come right back. If I was a Canadian citizen, I would be very concerned. I would be very, very concerned.
Do you find that you, on your side, because most of the resources are on the southern border, do you think you have enough border patrol at the northern?
No. I mean, there's quite a few up here, but there's just so many people that are crossing the border that there's not enough to. I mean, they could be chasing a group on this side here, and then just 2 miles down the road, there could be another group crossing, and they've got all their resources on this group and not that one, So if there was more border patrol up here, it would be definitely beneficial.
I spoke with some of the people. They didn't want to come on camera. Why? Because of the fear of reprisal, the fear to face the people, the organized organization who do those crossing, those criminal activity. We talk about drug, guns trafficking, human trafficking. And what they say to me, they bought the property long time ago. And they say that mainly all those activity started when Justin Trudeau took power. When everything started, is it with Justin Trudeau when he got into power?
Didn't help. You're dealing with pretty organized people here, and it's better off just if you just stay out of it.
Like cartel and stuff like
There's
that?
a lot of stuff that goes on, I'm sure.
I know you want it to be vague, but is it just human, or is drug, or is gun? Is it all kind of trafficking?
I would think it's probably everything. I think Border Patrol's kind of corrupt myself, but I don't really share any information with them either because you don't know who's good or bad there either. I've seen some real shady with the Border Patrol. I've lived here for 25 years, so I've seen a lot of different things go on here that's not,
That clean?
makes you scratch your head.
They are crossing to Canada or
Yeah,
to
come
US?
this way.
They are coming on
They
the
come
other
this
way.
way, they follow this ridge, and they get over on the back side of this road, and people can pick them up. We've seen them with backpacks going up the hill, call the Border Patrol, and they come up. They are good but when we call.
In the final episode of this series, we investigate how individuals are using social media to advertise and facilitate the illegal border crossings.
Your property is now advertised online.
I'd like somebody to do something about it, our government or yours, or it's just too many.
GuardTheBorder.com. This is our special website where you can get informed about what is going on at our border regarding illegal crossings. But also, you can support our work, chip in what you can, support our independent journalism. So I repeat, GuardTheBorder.com, and thank you in advance.